And they are alleging that money, part of this $1 billion that was stolen, they are alleging that at least a portion of it went to a terrorist organization in Somalia that we've all heard of. It's notorious. It's an organization called Al-Shabaab. They hate Americans. They're terrorists. They want to kill Americans and drink their blood out of a boot. They were taking a cut, according to this claim. Again, I don't know if it's true, but the prosecutors are trying to get to the bottom of it.
Violent crime continues to endanger communities across Minnesota, and according to law enforcement leaders, the state's police departments are stretched thin, underfunded, and struggling to keep up. Now, a widening funding gap is drawing sharp scrutiny from public safety experts and police union officials. That gap is receiving even more attention as Minnesota confronts a massive fraud scandal involving hundreds of millions of taxpayer dollars, including allegations that some of those funds may have been diverted to the terrorist group Al-Shabaab in Somalia. All of it unfolding under the watch of the state's Democratic leadership. Randy Sutton, a police veteran and founder of The Wounded Blue, says the crisis extends far beyond one city or agency. Public safety is at risk. We are in a criminal justice crisis in America. Political leadership is destroying public safety through their ideology. Mark Ross, president of the St. Paul Police Federation, says Minnesota is seeing that crisis firsthand. We've been down anywhere from 50 to over 100 officers since 2020, and we just haven't recovered. Right now, we're about 1,000 officers short statewide, and we're on pace to lose another 2,000 to 2,500 in the next few years. The staffing shortfall comes as federal investigators dig deeper into the nation's largest pandemic fraud case, a Minnesota-based scheme charged in 2022. The fraud targeted a meal assistance program and funneled money through state and federal agencies. Treasury officials are now reviewing whether any Minnesota assistance funds may have reached Somalia's Al-Shabaab network. The review follows growing concerns that public aid may have been diverted overseas to support terrorism. House Republicans have also launched an inquiry into Governor Tim Walz's handling of the scandal. Democratic Representative Ilhan Omar, who represents Minnesota's 5th District, says rumors of such diversion have circulated within the community for years. She says any connection between public funds and terrorism must be exposed. Minnesota is home to the largest Somali American population in the United States, with most foreign-born Somalis in the state now U.S. citizens. While many of those charged in the pandemic fraud scheme are reportedly Somali, officials emphasize that not all suspects are. As investigations continue, state and federal leaders face mounting questions, not only about how the fraud took place, but about how Minnesota can rebuild trust, restore accountability, and confront a growing public safety crisis. Earlier, the U.S. president has publicly blamed Somali people for the fraud allegations without evidence. Trump also derided Omar and her Somali-born friends with harsh insults recently.
Go ahead. Thank you. The mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is saying that he's actually proud to have the largest Somali community in the country, and his police chief...
Well, then he's a fool.
Well, his police chief is also saying...
I wouldn't be proud to have the largest Somalian. Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. Look, these Somalians have taken billions of dollars out of our country. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say married her brother. It's a fraud. She tries to deny it now, but you can't really deny it because, it just happened. She shouldn't be allowed to be a congresswoman, and I'm sure people are looking at that. And she should be thrown the hell out of our country. And most of those people, they have destroyed Minnesota, okay? Minnesota, you have an incompetent governor. You have a crooked governor. He's crooked as hell, but he's incompetent. Walz he should be ashamed. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And the Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country. And all they do is complain, complain, complain. You have her. She's always talking about the Constitution provides me with, go back to your own country and figure out your Constitution. All she does is complain about this country. Without this country, she would not be in very good shape. She probably wouldn't be alive right now. So Somalia is considered by many to be the worst country on earth. I don't know. I haven't been there. I won't be there anytime soon, I hope. But what Somalia, what the Somalian people have done to Minnesota is not even believable. It's not even believable. And a lot of it starts with the governor. A lot of it starts with Barack Hussein Obama, because that's when people started coming in. And you have to have people come in that are going to love our country, cherish our country. They want to kiss our country goodnight. They talk about our country. We want them to pray for our country. This is not the people living in Minnesota. And she's a disaster. She should not be, and her friends shouldn't be allowed. Frankly, they shouldn't even be allowed to be congresspeople, okay? They shouldn't even be allowed to be congresspeople because they don't represent the interests of our country.